So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first-day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We are just getting started. Gareth Bale, hero for his club, for his country, almost single-handedly snatched European glory from the grasp of your former club, Jim.
Yeah, and thanks for reminding me about that, but he did produce a genuine moment of absolute magic.
Tries from distance. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Garcia. Thinks one through. Oh, easy pickings there. Iniesta. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. That has been cut short. Roberto Carlos. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now it's Bale. And the counter is on. He's shifting through the gears here. And it's Iniesta. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
That's good running with the ball. Goulart with the foul. And here's Lewandowski. Azar. Nice looking ball. Oh, Red, nice interception. Can he get away here? Bale, can he get it through? And here's Suarez. Good chance here! Sharp and fitting, but not quite.
Suarez certainly made the right decision there to hit it first time. I had the feeling he might try it the way the ball arrived.
Still goalless at the moment. Distributed tidily. That is ended up in no man's land. Now that looks a decent ball. And that pass just didn't quite work.
Oh, it's great work in terms of both purpose and intensity.
Looking for options for movement. Iniesta crosses, and he knocks it clear. Lewandowski.
Barcelona always looking for runners up front here.
Yeah, it is a regular tactic of theirs.
Yeah, it can make life really tough for you from a defensive point of view, having to constantly be on guard with people trying to get in behind.
Balde. Oh, he's trying to skip past his man. He's a sharp little ball. It's Luis Suarez! Luis Suarez! It's off target and by quite a way.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
And the keeper's given it away. He's one-on-ones and the shots! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Well, this is a critical game, a chance for the perfect statement to any potential rival that you are aiming higher at their expense. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Well, here's a man who stunned everyone in that famous summer of 2002. He had a hand in his country's most famous goal, their most famous win, and he helped to introduce the footballing planet to Senegal.
Yeah, he did indeed, Peter. El Hadj Diouf.
Haaland! He scored! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
So, a breakthrough already. Mateus. Lovely pass, but can he get there? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Barcelona clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Rijkaard. And Mateus. Now it's Haaland. And it's Bruno Fernandes. He's a sharp little ball here. Engages and forces him off the ball. Bruno Fernandes. Haaland. Messi. Oh, shooting chance! And he has his goal. And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Barcelona restore parity.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Kvaratskhelia. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. Maldini. Looking for the run. Rijkaard. Albert Ferrer. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. Looking to play him in. Looking for options for movement.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Picked out brilliantly. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Maldini. Haaland, he is onto this. Now that looks a decent ball. It's Luis Suarez! Oh, he has absolutely drilled that. Threads one in, and he was quick to react. And reclaimed it in a trice. Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez! Foul right on the edge of the box. It could go either way here. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. So this to turn it right round. Terrific save by Abbiati.
Oh, what a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be psychologically pivotal.
Silvestre. Mateus. And here's Suarez. And he shoots! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Barcelona with the corner, they're first. And now they can spring out of defence. Rijkaard. Oh, this is a very good run. Looking for the far post. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. And here's Kvaratskhelia, and that could set him on his way. Albert Ferrer. Maldini. Marquinhos is very much of the none-shall-pass school of defending. Over to the other side. Silvestre. Kvaratskhelia is wide and looking to get onto this.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 22, numero 14. Lascia il campo per il numero 2, il numero 18.
Bruno Fernandes.
Van Nistelrooy. Il quarto uomo
Rijkaard.
indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Albert Ferrer. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far, so it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. So we're into the second 45.
Barcelona have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
It's a good spell of possession, this. Brilliantly cut out. And a chance! That was superb goalkeeping.
Bruno Fernandes actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Duke, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. He'll try from distance! And he has kept it out somehow.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
And the keeper beats it away. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Mateus. Kvaratskhelia. And he's got his cross in. Well, that's an excellent interception. Messi.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Mateus. Can he get it through? Mateus. And he's managed to get free. Well, that has not gone well. And he's only too happy to take that back. Another chance from a corner. Corner number 2 then. And now a sudden chance to counter. The ball has bounced loose now. He's gone for goal! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Has to go back here. Goes for a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
So, third corner of the game. Rijkaard! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Rijkaard is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 23.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 13. Neymar. Il numero 21.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. And it's Messi. Now it's Luis Suarez. Real chance! Oh, that is rather wayward. Now it's Luis Suarez. Strokes it back. Nicely weighted ball. Aims beyond the defence. Neymar wants to run onto this. Adams over to the right flank. And it's Marquinhos. The cross. Quality ball. It's a pretty loose pass. Knocks it into space. Not the most accurate pass. Well, that pass isn't the best. Tries to play it through.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's got away. Triol deals with that comfortably. That has ended up in no man's land. Now, can they get him away?
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Bruno Fernandes. Always onto this. He's having a pop! And how did he not put that away?
That could yet prove very pivotal, chances like that.
That could spell trouble. Baresi kept his eye on it, and he's there. And this is Van Nistelrooy. And the ball's gone astray. Great vision. Thinks about... Chance for a shot! Oh, it's come loose. Has another go! It's in! And again they hit the front. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Yeah, I'd rather praise the scorer than criticise the defence here. He stepped forth and conquered.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they crave.
Good read, needed to be. Can he get on the end of this?
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Conte, played out towards the right wing. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out.
I don't think they can assume that the game is safe. One slip can be really costly.
Now it's Marquinhos. He's picked his way through. That is good strength. And he's being shifted off it. Diouf. Now it's Marquinhos. And there goes the final whistle. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football.
Things are bubbling up quite nicely here. A healthy whiff of expectation laced with the odd infusion of nerves. Everyone knows what's at stake here, the chance to play on a grander stage. It is time now to focus. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're very much underway now. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
I'd say Petr Cech. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game, and I can't. Dependable and strong in every aspect of a goalkeeper's job. And he breeds...
Haaland! Goal! Barcelona! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough. And we have our very first corner. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Oh, good-looking ball. Suarez chasing after it. He's not got that quite right. Pinged towards the front line. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cruyff. Best. And it's Neymar. Conte. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Conte. And he stands tall, impenetrable. And he's gone long. Barcelona are looking to break at pace. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score.
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. Bruno Fernandes. That's a sharp pass. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. It's Luis Suarez! Now, who's going to be first to this? There will be a throw-in.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, that's well spotted. It's a pretty loose pass. And it's Cruyff. Cruyff! And the shot! Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given. And he's running through. Best! And he was there to get a vital touch.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
Zaire Emery drives forward on the overlap. Neymar. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Best, very much a man of this moment. But it's Thuram. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
Barcelona always looking for runners up front here.
Yeah, it is a regular tactic of theirs.
Yeah, it can make life really tough for you from a defensive point of view, having to constantly be on guard with people trying to get in behind.
That has ended up in no man's land. Gerrard, nicely aimed pass. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Cannavaro makes the interception. Conte. Cruyff. Not the most accurate pass. And he's picked out the run. Poor, robust challenge. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Takes the shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Now that looks a decent ball, and that could set him on his way. Showing good feet. Engages and forces him off the ball. Nicely weighted ball. Tries a shot! And that's a sharp finish. They have come roaring back.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Terrific goal. What a super sharp finish.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Now it's Kante. And for the first half, that is that. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any thoughts on all this so far, Jim?
Well, it sets up a very entertaining second half, Peter. Who's going to make the first move, trying to win this, and how they might find a way to sustain good pressure.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1. Manchester United get the second half going. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Maldini. Chouameni. Now it's Haaland. Neymar is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Cruyff tries to pass it through. He's through here. He's found a way through. Goes for a shot! It's in!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game. But that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Kante was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
So we have movement on both benches.
El dorsal 21. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 19.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Bale going about things with real menace. Chips it through. Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. And he's picked it up out wide. Barcelona can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Aims beyond the defence. Messi, he's picked his way through, and the shot! There's it all! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Neither manager, I think. It's all happening. Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
So again, we have parity.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
He's shifting through the gears here. Zaire Emery. And this is Ronaldinho. Baresi concedes a free kick for that. It's a good 35 yards out, this. Ronaldinho. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And it's Bale. No, it's come to nothing. And the break is on. Now, can they get him away? Shoots! Oh, split-second reaction.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 5 será sustituido por el dorsal 15.
And he's taking no chances there. The ball goes in. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Barcelona have, after this, one further opportunity to make... Chance! And again! Oh, what a mistake! And one more try! And he's really put himself on the line here.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 33, el dorsal 14, serán sustituidos por el dorsal 2, el dorsal 8, Iniesta.
Barcelona have their second corner now. Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Henderson wins the duel this time. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Eto'o receives it in a wide position. Big chance! It's loose, and oh, what has happened? Has another go! And again! It's in, and that looks to me very much like an own goal.
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Well, this could be it, past something close to a minor miracle.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
And a chance! Dispatched clinically. That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
It is compelling, this, utterly compelling.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now that's well seen too. And here's Messi. Can he spark a counter here? Well read, nice interception. Maldini. Knocks it into space. Robson. And that is a little undercooked. We are into overtime. Oh, well measured. Well, that's a dangerous ball. Now that's a fine challenge. Referee has just said play on. And time is up. They've done it. They have what they wanted. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
No winner, but a very watchable game as both sides went out there with the clear objective, Peter, and it pretty much ended up as I expected.
Well, it is only day one, but already there is a palpable sense of obligation right from the start. These teams know they cannot falter. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So off we go then. What an impressive figure Oliver Kahn cuts.
Yeah, they call him the Titan, Peter, and the reasons are fairly obvious. As personalities go, we're talking big.
As close as you get to goalkeeping perfection. And they've got a throw. Not the most accurate pass. Henderson kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Knocks it into space. Oh, that's a fine interception. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Bruno Fernandes. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Surely! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Out of play for a throw. Ball's out. It'll be a throw-in again. Bellingham. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far? It's Dembele! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
That's a good foray he's making. Well, that has not gone well. Bruno Fernandes, always wanting the ball, always wanting to do something different with it. Well, that's well spotted. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Hakimi. He is through here. No, that's been intercepted. Barcelona are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Dembele, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Roberto Carlos
are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
He's being urged to shoot. Julie! And that was precious close.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure he did. I think I need a replay on that one.
Maldini. Messi. Bruno Fernandes, renowned for his long-range shooting. Can he get on the end of this? And this is Dembele. Well, that pass isn't the best. It's a pretty loose pass. And it's Kukçu. Oh, great leap! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Oh, he's really looking like he's on the very top of his game here.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Tries to play it through. Celtic are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Bellingham. Shevchenko. Looking for the run. Shevchenko. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Dani Olmo. And he was quick to react. Not the most convincing of passes. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. And that could set him on his way. He's onside. He's picked his way through. Rijkaard. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Shevchenko. That's a shade optimistic. But a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Roberto Carlos cuts it out. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Shevchenko gets flagged offside. Oh no, he's got that wrong. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory.
There will be 1 minute
And it's
at
Bruno
a time.
Fernandes. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Julie, that's a good foot in there. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Some first half thoughts?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. So straight into the second half.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. Can he get it through? Big chance! Julie looking for options for movement. That's a lovely, neat pass. And he's picked it up out wide. Not a hint of offside. Towering header! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Kukçu clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Celtic have their second corner now. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. That is ended up in no man's land. And it's Shevchenko. Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. Shapes to shoot! Superb goal! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough. Hakimi. Now, can they get him away? Hakimi is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Khan breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Nice physical challenge. Howson is the team's great visionary. Passing is crisp and sharp. He's had it taken off him. Aimed beyond the defence. Ball's gone out of play.
Substitution for Celtic. Number 10, Kvaratskhelia. Coming on to replace him is number 5.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Hazard.
Well, I'm inclined to feel that If I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
Kukçu. This is a promising build-up. And here's Dembele. Hazard. Hazard with the delivery.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Grimaldo made a surge from full-back, as it turned out, unsuccessfully. And no, that was never going to make it. Oh, that's a key interception. Dembele. Oh, great defending. That needed doing. No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area.
Substitution for Celtic. Number 8.
Grimaldo is behind this one.
Coming on the field.
He's gone for the shots.
Number 6.
Oh, smart save. He had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. He's had a shot! Goes for goal! Oh, and that should have been 2.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there, and it's been blown.
Pass is just off target.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change.
Oh, terrible pass. He's got away.
Oh, that's a cracking...
Goes for a shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
It's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Alex Grimaldo. Coming on to replace him is number 27, Silvestre.
And it's Shevchenko.
Taking place.
Some good persistent defending here. Barcelona are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. And here's Suarez. I think we're just about done here. Tries to pass it through. That's an excellent interception.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
He's shifting through the gears here. Schneider. Pass somewhat off target. Triol. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here.
It's looking good from here. It simply has to remain error-free now.
Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Triol, always a very imposing presence. And the referee brings it to a close. They needed to win, and they have won. It is a triumph.
Just a quick announcement. We would like to inform you that
So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
From the manager's perspective, Peter, I don't think he could have asked for much more. Well, certainly result-wise. This is a game they wanted to win for so many reasons, and his players did a sterling job carrying out the instructions. Thoroughly enjoyable.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. A moment to savour for all of us. Lined up on the start line, their eyes fixed on the prize. It is the ultimate calm before the inevitable storm. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And we're underway.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Timber is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. And it's Rice. Van Basten. Van Basten! Now, who's going to be first to this? Looking for the far post. Towering header! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, this is simple. The supply is to be admired. The defending is to be admonished.
Well, Jim, Tony Adams, of course, is the absolute colossus in defence, isn't he?
Absolutely. And we all know about his defensive prowess and his leadership, but I think a lot of people overlook his versatility and his adaptability.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's the way he's developed a more expansive front-footed game over the years. That's highly impressive.
Messi. No outsmarting him this time. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Rijkaard. And there's his chance to lead the counter. First quarter of an hour gone. Barcelona, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Puyol spots it and intercepts. Bellingham, the magician-in-chief, his feet twinkling. And Shevchenko! Oh, split-second reaction.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Probing pass. Maldini cuts out the pass. Puyol. Here's Roberto Carlos. And it's Bellingham.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well timed, excellent interception. Rijkaard. Threads one in. And this is Van Basten. Van Basten. And that pass just didn't quite work. Saliba makes the interception. And it's Eze. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Van Basten. Rice. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Messi. Always onto this. Takes a shot! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Number 15, Bellingham.
Barcelona have taken the lead.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Tries to play it through. It's Saka. And the finish! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Great vision. That looks a cracking ball. And they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Not much subtlety about that challenge. 5 minutes till the break. Saka has it in a wide position, and that has found him in acres of space. Buffon claims it safe hands. Out for a throw. Saka. It's a pretty loose pass. And it's Rijkaard. He has found the way through.
There will be
cut it
1
out.
minute added time.
Fiore. Oh, they could break here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Shot a goal! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And no mistake. They are right back in business.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
And that is all they have time for. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any thoughts on all this so far, Jim?
Well, it's been an intriguing watch. A really nice contrast of styles that seem to suit both teams pretty well. Who's ultimately going to win it? It's anyone's guess still.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Now it's Luis Suarez. Passing nice and neat. Some really good ball movement. Baresi is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Van Basten has got himself a free kick. Saka. Now this could be a chance. Bellingham. That has ended up in no man's land. And it's Eze. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Van Basten. And he shoots! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Van Basten clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Adams. Played into space. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Bruno Fernandes, always wanting the ball, always wanting to do something different with it. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, that looks a decent ball.
You can never be short of runners into space.
Shapes to shoot! Goal! Barcelona! And they're back in front. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Rijkaard. Messi, very much a man of this moment. Shevchenko, unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Buffon with the clearance. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Looking for the run. It's played through for him. Adams. Well played for Rijkaard. Tries to pass it through. Oh, it's come loose. Eze. And smartly reclaimed. Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he? Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
That is good progress on the left. Plays a sharp little ball here. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Bellingham. Eze. And here's Van Basten. He's in plenty of space here. In with the challenge.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Pass somewhat off target. Bellingham looking understandably energised after his goal. He's found space here. And the ball is out of play.
Substitutions taking place.
So here comes a substitution.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
This is a promising build-up. Barcelona couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Spread out to the left. Oh, he's found support out wide. I think we're just about done here. Rijkaard. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Now it's Van Basten. And he welcomes it in. That's going wide left. In it comes. And it's Rijkaard. He's on it. Can he get away?
2 added minutes.
2 minutes to be added on. Neymar providing an outlet on that flank. Neymar! Messi. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Barcelona have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. Bellingham claiming the man of the match award, and there is very little room for argument.
Please keep your eyes on your children.
So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Barcelona definitely came out on top simply because they were allowed to march through the middle. Something they jumped onto nice and early and continuously exploited.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, this is a critical game. A chance for the perfect statement to any potential rival that you are aiming higher at their expense. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Well, there is the steely focus of the man many would readily vote as the world's greatest. And Messi!
And he was there to get a vital touch. There's a certain aura about him today, tremendous. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. And here's Hazard, and here's Ibrahimovic. And he's cut it out. Barcelona could counter here. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Rijkaard. Picked out brilliantly. That is a brilliant interception. Messi. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach.
Chance for a shot! Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. And he could not have picked a worse time to give one away. So, the most significant moment of the game. For sure. Not a twitch, not a blink.
That's a good penalty. Made the keeper commit early and set himself up for quite a comfortable finish.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And this is Messi. That is ended up in no man's land. Bellingham. Maldini. Now that looks a decent ball. No, that's been intercepted. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And he's intervened well there. Roberto Carlos.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And claimed it back swiftly. Shevchenko! And he has kept it out somehow.
Shevchenko really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Baresi is very much of the non-shall-pass school of defence. Big chance! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Now, what about a counter-attack?
Barcelona really are a team that like to break lines.
Yeah, they love doing that, and it does work.
Yeah, plenty of balls in behind Peter. Just needs to find the right run now.
Puyol. That's a cute ball. And there's green grass ahead of him. Ibrahimovic showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Messi. Bellingham. And the pass is intercepted. Couldn't squeeze it through. Pirlo gets on his bike and on the move. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And Messi! Loose ball now, and there's a chase. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Now the cross. And that has left him in a heap. Now it's Shevchenko. Messi. Looking for options for movement. And it's Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Suarez is in a really good position out wide. Can he finish? In he goes again! Oh, it's gone in! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Short, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, he's been caught napping. Ibrahimovic unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Lovely, now then. Ibrahimovic was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And the finish! Ibrahimovic. And for the first half, that is that. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. And so we're off again. Well, that is one way to stop him. Roberto Carlos, Bruno Fernandes, Baresi, and that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Roberto Carlos, and it's Messi. Bellingham, tantalisingly brilliant, at times unstoppable. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack.
Good ball, that too.
Hazard. Mohamed Salah. To Hazard. Hazard. Good purposeful running this. And a chance! It's there!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Now it's Messi. Pressing high and with purpose. Hazard. Great ball, and he's in here. Messi! Well, now it's a race. Oh, what has happened here? Has to go back here. Little pass back. Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. And it's Messi. Messi. Real chance! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but still very good quick thinking on his part.
Rijkaard. Oh no, this does not look good. It's Ibrahimovic! Goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. That's good play. Aimed beyond the defence.